Imagine finding out that a 7-year-old kid claims he used to live on Mars, fought in interplanetary wars, and reincarnated on Earth to save us from a tragic fate. Sounds like cheap sci-fi, right? But this story didn't come from a Hollywood script. It came from a Russian boy named Boriska, who started saying things that even scientists had to stop and blink. And the wildest part? He claimed he knew a secret hidden inside the Sphinx in Egypt, something that, if revealed, could change everything we believe about humanity. But what if I told you that behind all this madness, there are real patterns? That this story touches on ancient ideas, age-old beliefs, and even archaeological finds we still can't explain? Man, you can't just brush this one off. Throughout this video, you're going to understand why this kid gave so many people the chills, and what we can actually learn from all this, even if you don't believe in life beyond Earth. Because here's the deal. Sometimes the craziest stories hide truths that nobody has the guts to face. And Boriska, maybe he said too much. But now, you're the one about to uncover it all. Living on Mars and fighting in interplanetary wars. Let's be real. The last thing you'd expect from a 7-year-old is hearing him say he used to live on Mars and fought in interplanetary wars. But yeah, Boriska dropped that bomb like he was talking about recess. He described everything in vivid detail. Thin atmosphere, crazy advanced tech, battles between alien races, all while still learning to tie his shoes. The weird part, he spoke with this calm, hypnotic confidence, like he'd just come back from a galactic board meeting and decided to spill the tea. Think about it. Most kids can't name all the planets without tripping over Pluto, but Boriska, the kid was basically giving TED Talks about ion-powered spaceships and underground Martian cities. Makes your jaw drop, right? Maybe he had a wild imagination, or maybe, just maybe, he tapped into some kind of cosmic memory bank, like what Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, but on rocket fuel. Ever had a déjà vu so intense it felt like you'd lived it before? Now picture that, with an entire planet. And when he talked about those interplanetary wars, things got real dark. He spoke of mass destruction, weapons that even sci-fi hasn't dreamed up yet, and non-stop battles for survival. According to him, the Martian civilization collapsed because of it, a not-so-subtle warning for where we might be headed. Maybe he wasn't just telling a story. Maybe it was a message, wrapped in a tale most people laughed off. And that's when things start getting weird. Reincarnating as a human to save Earth after blowing everyone's mind with his Martian tales, Boriska went even deeper. He claimed he reincarnated here on Earth with a mission. And not just any mission. He said he was here to save the planet. Think about that for a sec. A 7-year-old claiming he came from another world to stop ours from falling apart? That's not just odd. That's straight up provocative. He didn't see himself as just another kid, but as part of something bigger, like a space messenger. The idea of reincarnating to fulfill a purpose isn't new, but when it comes from a kid with a serious stare and vocabulary beyond his years, it hits different. He spoke of helping humanity avoid the same mistakes that destroyed Mars, like he was having a cosmic apocalypse déjà vu. And hey, you know those people who say they've never felt like they belonged on this planet? Maybe they really don't. Could Boriska be one of those lost souls, holding on to memories from other lives, from other worlds? Sounds wild, but it's hard to dismiss. Some say it's all just fantasy. But look around. Cultures from Hinduism to Cartesian Spiritism have been talking about reincarnation for centuries. Many of these belief systems speak of old souls returning to help guide entire civilizations. So maybe Boriska is a kind of early guru, with a Martian past and a battle-worn resume. Sounds absurd? Maybe. But things only get weirder when he starts talking about a certain ancient secret carved in stone. The secret hidden in the Sphinx could be a transformative mechanism. Now here's the part that honestly feels ripped straight out of an Indiana Jones movie with a splash of X-Files. Boriska claimed there's a mechanism hidden inside the Sphinx. Yep, the one in Giza. And if activated, it could transform humanity. He said the secret lies behind the statue's ear, at a specific spot, like a hidden key just waiting to be turned. The burning question: how does a kid who's never been to Egypt know something so specific? What's even crazier is how this theory lines up with old legends and wild speculation that's been floating around for centuries. Some archaeologists even believe there's still undiscovered chambers under the Sphinx. Ground-penetrating radar has picked up some odd anomalies down there. Coincidence? Who knows? But Boriska didn't just talk about the Sphinx like he'd read about it. He spoke as if he knew it. He said the mechanism had the power to wake up humanity's dormant consciousness, like a big cosmic snooze alarm, just chilling inside a 4,500-year-old lion statue. Now here's a wild thought. What if the mechanism isn't even physical? What if it's symbolic, a metaphor for inner awakening? Or maybe it's a code left behind by ancient Martians who came here and left breadcrumbs of their knowledge. I mean, let's be real. Anyone who survives interplanetary wars probably knows that carving your secrets in stone lasts way longer than storing them in the cloud. And Boriska said that once this thing is revealed, nothing will ever be the same. So, are we even ready to turn that key? Weighing the strengths and weaknesses of the narrative, Boriska's story has that perfect blend of sci-fi flavor and modern myth. And honestly, that alone makes it a storytelling goldmine. I mean, who wouldn't be intrigued by a kid who says he lived on Mars, fought in cosmic wars, and reincarnated to save Earth? It's the kind of tale that hooks even people who don't usually care about mysteries. Plus, the way he tells it, calm, detailed, and never stumbling, adds this layer of eerie credibility that makes you go, what if? Of course, we can't ignore the elephant in the room, the complete lack of hard evidence. No Martian rocks in his backpack, no ancient tech buried in the yard. From a scientific standpoint, it's impossible to verify. Nobody's proven there's a mechanism inside the Sphinx, or that his soul took a detour through Mars before landing in Russia. So yeah, as fascinating as it is, the story falls into that tricky zone between awesome and totally unverifiable. And let's be honest, that's frustrating for anyone with a healthy dose of skepticism. Still, the media ate it up. TV shows, clickbait websites, even fringe documentaries jumped on the boy from another planet train. That says a lot about our society's craving for the mystical and mysterious. Boriska became this avatar of the unknown, filling the gaps where science falls short, or where we just prefer a bit of magic instead. Before judging or believing, maybe we should ask how this story resonates with others like it. And that's where things really start to unravel. Historical and cultural context, as bizarre as Boriska's tale sounds, he's not exactly a one-of-a-kind case. Throughout history, there's been no shortage of kids who seem to come with extra baggage. Some remember past lives in freaky detail. Others speak languages they've never been taught. One famous case is Shanti Devi, an Indian girl who, at just 4 years old, started recounting the full life story of a woman from another town who had already died. Coincidence? Maybe. But there's a pattern here. These prodigy kids often show up carrying memories they shouldn't have. And when you throw in ancient civilizations and advanced tech, things get even more mind-bending. There are theories that the Egyptians, Mayans, even the Sumerians had contact with beings from other worlds, or at least access to knowledge we still don't get. The Sphinx itself, Boriska's favorite talking point, has been the center of these speculations for centuries. I mean, how do you explain a monument that massive and precise built in a time when humans supposedly couldn't even stack bricks right? Something doesn't add up. Plus, the Sphinx carries major symbolic weight. For a lot of people, it represents mystery, silence, a bridge between the divine and the human. In a way, it's like a portal, not just between worlds, but between past and future. And that's what makes it the perfect anchor in Boriska's story. He could have named anything else, but he chose one of the most mysterious structures on Earth. Coincidence? Or a move straight from some cosmic playbook, just waiting for the right moment to be decoded? So now, after all that, tell me, did Boriska just make it all up? Or did he really know too much? Is there really a secret buried in the Sphinx, just waiting for someone brave enough to uncover it? And what if this whole story is just a glimpse of something way bigger? Something that ties together past lives, ancient civilizations, and interplanetary wars we can barely even imagine. The point isn't to blindly believe or dismiss it. It's about staying open to the questions. What else might we be ignoring just because it sounds too crazy? How many kids like Boriska are out there, staying quiet, holding onto memories that don't match their age? And what if we actually started listening? Not just with our ears, but with an open mind. If this video got your gears turning, if it sparked even a tiny spark of curiosity, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, drop a comment about what you believe, and of course, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell, because in the next videos, we're going to keep peeling back these mysteries the way you like it, with wonder, with depth, and always one foot in reality, the other in the unknown.